I disagree. I don't believe so. And I hope that with our education on this platform, we can tell as many people why Nigeria is no longer workable. So while I'm sharing the program, we'll also advise you to help us to click on the share button and do the same thing, so that we can get as many people to come and listen. It is still 2025 and many things is happening in Nigeria and around the world. Good evening, Adam Olamelekon, and he says, good evening, my humble lecturer. As we say, this is a lecture room where we lecture you on what is happening and what you need to know. So please do share the program like I'm doing already. So if I'm sharing the program, we expect you to help us to share as well. So we're going to put the headline in just about a few minutes. And while we are doing that, we just, if we can play a bit of our intro. It's quite late in London, but London is never quiet. This video is going in circulation. It's not a new video. It's apparently an old video. But like I said, there's nothing old when it comes to the insecurity in Nigeria. Mr. Taufik Kadri, Yoruba Nation, no going back. That is the slogan. And I shout out to those of you that have joined us on the Twitter space. Ambassador okay, Leke J Muki Ekale, and thanks for joining us. And Muki Mr. Okbeniyi Dada. On this platform is all about preparing our mind to exit Nigeria before it gets too late. Our union is not going to work, but we can still be good neighbors and good friends. Our relationship with each other will not stop. Your relationship with the Igbos, the Hausas, even the Fulanis, if you want to, is not going to end as Yoruba people. But we are just very worried that the future with Yoruba in Nigeria is not worth fixing. We can have independent country and we can still be very great, but it seems that many Yoruba people always disagree on that notion. There's no amount of effort that Tinubu will put together if we still remain one Nigeria. All that effort will go in the drain by the next administration. As usual, excuse me with my voice, couple of things I've picked up during the day. So when I come out like this, I'm always fully loaded. Because there's always a lot of things to talk about. And the world is a big place, so there's so much happening continuously. But what we do on this platform, we try to see what is happening around the world and how that could be of interest when we talk about Yoruba Nation and why we should exit Nigeria before it is too late. Mokianti Olosi, the Sharia, say no to Sharia law in that contraction. Elon Musk is also talking about how we are the new media, not the mainstream media that can just tell you lies, like the TVC, the channels, you know, continue to tell you and deceive you that there is one great country called Nigeria. Nigeria is not great, okay? And don't be deceived by that nonsense conversation that is a great country. It's a great country, but it cannot pay the military their dues. It's a great country, sans salary. It's a great country. Most of you cannot have good quality life. So stop calling it a great country, okay? It's a shit hole. It cannot look after itself. Not to talk about looking after you. So stop assuming that Nigeria will be great. And if you're allowing the white man to tell you, I live with them, I live with the white people, the English mostly, and many other people from around the world. So stop listening to all their jargons that Nigeria is a great country and all this rubbish. I have lived with them for 25 years. So stop believing in that lies. I'm coming. Don't be fooled by any white man telling you Nigeria will be great. Tell them to F and get lost. All those lies cannot deceive us again. Nigeria will be great is a lie. Nigeria will never be great. The shit old country needs to go down. Not anymore. If you have never been to UK, I pray that one day you will get a visa and you can come and visit me. And when you get to London, please make sure you call me. Even if you're not a Yoruba nation person, whenever you arrive in UK, just say, that boy with a shout. Make I just say shout out to Koiki in London. And I will always say thank you so much to everyone. So it seems that we are fully set. My platforms are all ready to crack on. And my time is still great, but my headline is not in yet. So let's get my headline in. While we are doing that, I want us to listen to this. But as like I said, it's not a new video, but it is still relevant to most of our discussion on the reasons. What we are talking about this year is advantage. Nigeria. But the reasons why some might disagree is we bring evidence to back it. That if you still think that Nigeria has a future, think otherwise. It's the Armed Force Day today, right? And yesterday we talked about, and I think Arise TV was doing that in preparedness for the Armed Force Day. Video to this lano. We did a good analysis about it. If you can't find me on Koikimedia YouTube, we decided not to stream to YouTube on Koikimedia. You would have to find us on the backup channel, which is WD76, and other platforms that we are streaming from. And we continue to tell the Fulani to stop attacking Igboho, because it's not only Igboho that says Nigeria should break. Many Nigerians have also agreed that Nigeria's separation is in the interest of every one of us. And we're still going to be good friends and neighbors. The UK left the European Union, and they are still great. And I'll be telling you something that was sent to me. It's a long one, but I'll see if I can just take a sneak view from it. How we used to be our independence until all these shenanigans from these white people, and I call them white, because most of you that are loving Nigeria was created by a white man, okay? It wasn't created by our fathers, our forefathers. And I say kudos to the new Alafi Muki Baba, Muki Kuyakabo. So let's listen to these while I get my my headline in, and then we play the anthem, and then we see how far we can go. It's not good to eat late, they say. And before I go further, how many of you recognize this? This is one of your, I mean, I'm not advertising for them, but I'll just not show their full name, but I'm sure this is 100 naira toothpaste in that shit hole country. This is 100 naira. I told you that I don't have to live in Nigeria, but whatever I want from Nigeria gets to me maximum 24 hours. So when I requested that I needed few things to be delivered to me, I asked them to buy me a toothpaste. And the poverty level in Nigeria means that most of you cannot afford a normal tube of a toothpaste. What if you are Jay? The poverty level is high. So most of you will recognize this toothpaste. It's from Nigeria. It's still smelling Nigeria. And I was asking them how much is it. I was told it's 100 naira. If you thought fear that most of you think that it is in the interest of you to have all this nonsense in Yoruba land. We'll come back to that. And I had a lot of few things that was delivered to me. I love my Gary as a Jebu man. I bought him off him Gary for myself, so I can show you. Even my children love Gary with Epa. They are not with fresh. So this was the bowl that I used with my Gary. As you can see there, it's not yet washed. I'll clean it tomorrow. You can see the particles of the Gary there. But the difference between me and you is that drinking Gary is like a privilege to people like us, especially Ijebu people. But we don't just drink Gary, we drink it with passion. But Enyimo Gary because you don't have any other option of food in the house. So you only go in line with what you have. In my fridge, in my freezer, you can see my back. There's multiple food. And I can decide what to eat. I won't tell you what I ate tonight. But I just had my dinner not too long ago. But I don't have to tell you what I ate. So the Gary that I drank was a good. I don't use sugar, but I use milk, fresh milk. My cocoa se Gary, my wife with fresh milk, and the granite. You want me to show you the granite? I'll show you. Fresh from Yoruba land or Nigeria. If you are Nigeria, you're struggling to even have 3 square meal. And I'm telling you that I live in UK. I am not doing this because of myself. We're doing this because we want us all to live a better life, but not in Nigeria. So I hope you understand that I am not in Nigeria, but I still have everything I need from Nigeria. I can afford it. Most of you live in Nigeria. The stuff are there, but you can't afford it because they're Nisha. Some of you don't have a job. You rely on 10,000 there, 5,000 there. And if we give you 1 million, it's rubbish because inflation has killed the money. So let's listen to this young man. This is his face. This is an old video, but let's just listen to it.
He brought me out and he started using knife, cutlass, different things on me. Now I'm 45, I'm an African, so of course I don't take anything for granted. I don't take chances. So I'm 45. So when they saw that the stabbing attempts on my body, the knife was not entering, their dagger, their kitchen knives, their cutlass, they tried to cut me. About 3 of them held my neck, another 2 held my hand to the back, and they put, you can see lacerations on my neck. They put knife on my neck to try and, slash my neck and slaughter me. But it wasn't penetrating. So I just had the leader telling them in Hausa that they should lie me down and use their boots. About 3 of them were wearing army uniforms. So they should use their boots to crush my head. So about 6 of them held me hand, leg, and 2 were using their boots to hit my eyes, hit my nose. They just wanted to knock me out. But so after some minutes, I just realized that I was getting dizzy and I was about to, faint. And once that happens, these people will take me and do what they want. So I reached out for my bag, which was on the floor, and nobody was noticing. They didn't notice it throughout all this thing. I used to have blood from my nose. I'm even bleeding. I'm even bleeding internally. So I took out that knife with my right hand and I started, waving it in different directions. So it cut one of them in the tummy. His tummy got busted, one in the neck, another one in the eye, and he started bleeding profusely. So the leader was telling them that should be they are cutting all these remaining ones worse. If they don't carry them and go and deliver them, they should leave me that at the end of the day I will die them with what they have done to me. So they all rushed off and this is me, bleeding on my throat, my nose is broken, my eye inside, something is fundamentally wrong, my eyes, my mouth. I just want to, clean up and then go to the hospital for medical attention. People, it is real. All the people I just talked about were northerners. These people have entered even Lagos State. They have entered Lagos. They have penetrated Lagos. They picked me up from that Lekki Ikoyi roundabout. That Ikoyi that links Lekki and Ikoyi, that bridge. That's where they picked me up. That kind of highbrow environment. That kind of prestigious, luxurious environment is where these people picked me. Now, my pity is to all the about 8 other passengers who they've carried wherever they're carrying, and they're going to die definitely. Guys, just have to be careful out there. That's what this is about. I'm still grateful for life.
The video is circulating again on the Yoruba WhatsApp groups, and it seems that I want to make a new video. Moki Mr. Santos, Awa Iran Esin Iran Malade, Moki Ogun Ismaila, am I believing by pronouncing that Sharp Boy, Kekel Kuz, Mokegbo Mikaronwe, Mr. Deshina. If you say hello to me, it will be easy for me to pick your comments. But again, Moki Bubuakbe Ekale, Moki Grass Reading, Eshigoni, for joining us again tonight. Moki Ola, Omo Ola, Moki Bubuentewa, Nyoke Ogun. And I hope some of you are enjoying this Tinubu's government. For me, I'm enjoying it too. At least I can afford to drink Gary that I imported back from Ijebu straight to London. And at least if you don't believe me, you can see that this is from Nigeria. This is a toothpaste. It's 100 naira. These are fresh arrival. My house is full of different food stuff. I do for long. And I hope you have the same thing in Tinubu's government. You are enjoying it. Yes, I'm on YouTube, but most of we back up YouTube. So any last WD76 Media. We are not live on Koikimedia. It's not giving me any revenue. So we're not doing any live on it for now. So we're only live on the backup YouTube channel, which is the WD76. Because here you can for many revenue. So I want to ní platform to go one shot advert on YouTube one. So about there was so we are struggling. So the little advert I can get from YouTube to run my media, I can't afford to be losing it. So Koikimedia has been taken off by Lai Mohammed. They couldn't take the page. Olórí burúkú Lai Mohammed tó ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹwà yẹn wọn ní ṣoríire gbogbo ibi tí wọn bá wà abawful. He lied so much that there was no terrorists. He kept coming to London and telling lies. Santos, the country is choking us. Okay, to about choking, my boss of utility. Okay, brother, me as this. Okay, so well, you just type in WD76 Media. Okay, what I'm going to do, I can screenshot it. Can I do also on Instagram? So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to screenshot it and then bring the link as well, and I'll post it on my Instagram page now. So I'm doing that now. At least that way you can find me from there. So I'll just type in find me on YouTube. Follow this link. So so I've just posted that on my Instagram now. So if you go back out on my Instagram, Moki Kekel Kuz, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ́ wà lórí ìjókòó. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí ká ṣì sọ. Okay, I love to listen to this, my brother Tade Lodun, and I've just spotted a video he posted 2 days ago. There is no division at the top. We must wise up. Poverty no get religion. I remember my mom used to say to me, "Iṣẹ́ ló máa ń pààyàn, iṣẹ́ ò kí ń pààyàn." Ilẹ̀ Yoruba, we are very hard-working people. And the same thing with the Hausas, the Igbos, and the rest of us. But I don't know why my mom kept telling me that. But the reason is because when I came here in 98, we were doing some bit and beat. And as a young boy that just arrived in UK, I wanted to have fun. We go clubbing. But my mom always said to me, make sure you return back in time for us to make it to the market. Because that is where our revenue will come from. And if you're not there, your buyers will just go and buy from the next trader. Iṣẹ́ ò kí ń pààyàn, iṣẹ́ ló ń pààyàn. I don't know how to put that in English. So, but in a layman, most of us in Nigeria, we are ready to work. But apparently, there is no job. And the little hustling that you all are doing, I'm not talking about the criminals among us, the politicians, I call them the criminals. It has been restricted in a way that it has not given you the leverage to go out there and earn income and use that income to look after your loved ones. So while we are here, again, count one on Facebook and Libby. Moki, Mr. Oluwole Osho, I personally appreciate your effort and I crown God effort in you. Moki, Mr. Adewale Abdulwasiu. The only way is self-determination. Moki Okpe, Shaba Amarant, if you account details, if I count on your support well. I need the naira, I need the pounds. All these things that we are doing need money. Moki, Mr. Awe. So, not that all of you are lazy. Olori Buruku Buhari don't support lazy Oloshini. Buhari enjoy Nigeria to the fullest. Eshegon Egbomi that soon will do. When Nigeria is suppressing intellectual growth. Eshegon, thanks for the super chat. You see, that's the reason why we want everybody to be on that YouTube channel. So that sometimes people can give us this $5, $20, $50, or they can say, Koiki, let's put the money in your account. Because Tinubu ti fi owó Lagos State, or ti fi pump TVC. You also saw the new TVC studio. Owó àbùlà fi ṣàbùlà lejò. Our little wealth here. But when we eventually have a Yoruba nation, we will source our wealth. How we will fund our media. But for now, we need the public to fund it. If I'm not out tonight, you'll probably be watching somebody else or be looking for old videos. So coming out is a privilege. And we're also happy to have every one of you on board. So let's start diving into the program slowly, because I believe I'm set, but I need to share. I hope my moment to share a link is it, because I have to tell them all the time that when I'm live, they need to put the link out quickly. Okay, Mom, see me. Shout out to my stepbrother has arrived in New York from London, Loco International, all the way in New York. As I remember I told you that we lost a family, a mother, a grandmother. So I sent a message to my brother and he said to me, you need to day New York, money safe trip, mommy. That is the beauty of having a passport that you can just buy tickets. Again, content Katoma Tesiwaju. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé ìbá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ìyẹn ni Tinubu fi kọ́ wọn lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ́ l'Ákúrẹ́. Ọ̀yá sing Yorùbá anthem. Àwọn Yorùbá ní Tinubu tó bá débẹ̀ tí Yorùbá ló máa ṣe. Àwọn mọ́làdé ti ń fa ẹkùn ẹ̀ báyìí. I pray that Tinubu does not get killed. That's my prayer. Some Yoruba people don't pray for that too, and I'm being honest. Because mo máa ń fọ máa ń pè mí lẹ́yìn pé tó bá fi kú kó kú dànù kọ́fẹ̀ jẹ́ kọ́fí fẹ́rẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́. I don't think I wish him a death, but I pray that Sheikh Tinubu tells his dad that every day while they're still in Nigeria, the dad should be extremely careful. Extremely careful. Do you know that there's an history today as well? The 15th of January, quite a lot of things has happened in Nigeria. That's why they removed history. How many people knows today's date and what it means to us? I was reading Fani Kayode's page, in depth of many atrocities and shenanigans that have gone in Nigeria. How many of you know that? You made a little more. Could you ever see peace in Nigeria after that exit? So some of you that are praying that Allah just carry peace. If you pray we carry peace, so I pray that we get out now before it is too late. Number. So team bá mi share MixLR, share Facebook, bá wa pín ètò yìí dáadáa, bá mi gbọ́wọ́ lé share button. Mo kí Mr. Dairo Olúṣẹ́gun. I'm just always happy when I see my people here listening. Mr. Hassan Sulaiman, mo kí yín. How many people know the history of Nigeria? What took place in 1966? A bloody coup. Counter coup, they call it. That country has gone through a lot of pain. Let me share the Facebook out because our staff may buy me share. But to reply if one low ni on binu soga won. And whenever you're using my video, like I said, Mori Instagram page called Ekiti Trend. You use our video, no credit. Àwọn ọmọ tó lọ record anything, ọwọ́ mi lọ ti gba data, kò ṣọwọ́ ti yín. Kẹ má tẹ̀ sọ pé this video is credit to Koikimedia. Kẹ káwọn yẹn wà pé orí Koikimedia lẹ ti pick ẹ̀. Àbí? It's okay. And I've told my team what they need to be doing. Because if you pick our video, reference it and say, if you're not thinking about pick information, money, láti bí by mo ti mú. So that it's good for the people that owns it. So mo kí gbogbo lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. How many of you had a great day today? Yamelo ló ti ní good day. I've had a great day. The weather is cold in UK. I wish after 25 years I would have been back in Yoruba land. If Nigeria was a great place, security, set up my farming business, cross my leg and become an exporter. Exporter. Even if it's just Gari Jebu. Because I know the demand. Àwọn ọmọ Oòduà gan mu Gari. And that will become, trade by barter. And I can live in Nigeria. I don't have to come to UK. If I come to UK, I'm only coming for holiday, not even for medical. But today is not happening because the way Nigeria was designed is not designed to work. But Yoruba people actually were too difficult. We are the most difficult people. Tell them Nigeria is not working, they will tell you, shut up. What do you know about Nigeria is not working? Nigeria is not working. It's just going through some problem. It will be resolved. Do you know what happened in 1966? There were few things that happened before 1966. 1966 led to the Civil War. We are praying that in Nigeria, if we sit on the round table and resolve this problem. If otherwise, Ogun Mashel in Nigeria, I have said it 4 years ago. Yes, let's sit on the round table and resolve all this problem now. If you don't sit on the round table and resolve it, Ogun Mashel in Nigeria, any makulo maku, awatabaku, la mamashi. New country law. And like I said, do we really need to kill each other? Why do we need to kill each other if the country unity is not working? Why must we kill each other? For what purpose? Let's allow Nigeria to dissolve. But the Lori Buruku politician with the Abuja thinks that they are powerful. They think that they are strong enough. I tell you, UK, where I dey, cannot stop Yoruba nation. And colony, not even America. The worst case scenario is they will bring everybody back on the round table and resolve our differences, which they are doing with Hamas and Israel. 7 October 2023 or 24, the now Hamas one section of Israel, kidnap people, kill people, and Israel say, to be. Carnival, whatever, excuse me. And we saw what happened. Israel bombarded and destroyed every part of Gaza. Death. Thousands of people have died. And the same negotiation that they told them to accept. I'm just going from one end to the other. But deliver there. So that I don't forget anything. And after many months of destruction, they are coming on the round table. So while we are saying to our own politicians, DBT, everybody, Mama Bankonje, Koma Daru, we are still at the pace where we are talking to each other. Let's sit together, House of Assemblies, our representatives. Come with Babakitoye, Kilefe, Afe Yoruba Nation. Okay, let's see how it can happen. No, Afe Yoruba Nation. Afe Yoruba Nation. Go and mobilize, because there will be rally in every part of Yoruba land. Otsula Temitope Moki. So the world will do nothing. They will allow us to burn each other down. Oh my God, I need to start charging this phone before we lose the plot on it. So, tell them that Yoruba Nation, what's going on here? Yoruba Nation is not something that they can just whitewash and say it's not going to happen. I think this phone is charging quickly. Let's listen to this. I'm not sure what's going on with my Twitter, because when I go straight into the program, I don't want anything to stop us, so I need to charge it. I think it needs charging. Again, sorry if you see, I'm going to drop it down and let's bring this one in like this. Phone, I think, call me. I think it's better now. So, more tripod, we're begging I don't need money to eat. Why is this going like this? Don't try that to shut down. We need money to run this organization. Please help us. Mubewani. So let's listen one more time. Okay, I'm not sure why we're having. It might be I'm having a problem with the Twitter. It keeps taking itself. So my phone gets to a stage it wants to shut itself down. We should set it here. Twitter. Okay, we're still live on Twitter. I think it should be stable now. Let's listen one more time to this guy. Okay, why is he going into a don't try that is shut down. What's going on here? Let's listen to this.
Under bridge. They took that way and parked under the bridge. Was pitch dark. They brought me out and they started using knife, cutlass, different things on me. Now I'm 45. I'm an African, so of course I don't take anything for granted. I don't take chances. So I'm 45. So when they saw that the stabbing attempts on my body, the knife was not entering, their dagger, their kitchen knives, their cutlass, they tried to cut me. About 3 of them held my neck, another 2 held my hand to the back, and they put, you can see lacerations on my neck. They put knife on my neck to try and, slash my neck and slaughter me, but it wasn't penetrating. So I just had the leader telling them in Hausa that if you lie me down and use their boots, about 3 of them were wearing army uniforms. So they should use their boots to crush my head. So about 6 of them held me hand, leg, and 2 were using their boots to hit my eyes, hit my nose. They just wanted to knock me out. But so after some minutes, I just realized that I was getting dizzy and I was about to, faint. And once that happens, these people will take me and do what they want. So I reached out for my bag, which was on the floor, and nobody was noticing. They didn't notice it throughout all this thing. I used that to see blood from my nose. I'm even bleeding internally. So I took out that knife with my right hand and I started, whipping it in different directions. So it cut one of them in the tummy. The stomach got busted, one in the neck, another one in the eye, and they started bleeding profusely. So the leader was telling them that should they are plotting all these remaining ones worse. If they don't carry them and go and deliver them, they should leave me that at the end of the day I will die there with what they have done to me. So they all rushed off and this is me, bleeding on my throat, my nose is broken, my eye inside, something is fundamentally wrong, my eyes, my mouth. I just want to, clean up and then go to the hospital for medical attention. People, it is real. All the people I just talked about were northerners. These people have entered even Lagos State. If they have entered Lagos, they have penetrated Lagos. They picked me up from that Lekki Ikoyi roundabout. That Ikoyi that links Lekki and Ikoyi, that bridge. That's where they picked me up. That kind of high-grown environment. That kind of prestigious, luxurious environment is where these people picked me.
Okay.
Now, my pity is to all the about 8 other passengers who
I want to hear
carried wherever they're carrying and they're going to die. Guys, just have to be careful out there.
Okay.
That's what this is about.
Thank you so much, brother.
I'm still grateful for...
Koiki has been telling them to be careful for 4 years now. They said I should shut up. So, alright, so we are still on the program. I need to take clothes out of the washing machine, so I have to get you. Let's start with the UK, where I live. It might be on Twitter. We lost the Twitter, but I believe we're back again. Not sure what's going on. Now, let me play this video. The British Muki Dr. Abe Ekale Ebomi, Uncle Ekale sir. I'm still waiting for my buko. Kuku gbumi lọ sí birthday yín tí ẹ lọ ṣe ní Dubai, akọrin fídíò ni ẹ ṣe gan ni. I saw these tonight. Britain first planned large-scale protest of re-migration. This is going to happen in UK on the 1st of March 2025 in the new Ethan. They want their country back. Wow. British are now concerned about migration and they want their country back. Muki Baba Shola Jeje. Mukiyami Adeoshun Adelani. Let me just crack on so that Kamana Chumadaruko. They want their country back. What does this mean to me and you? They are worried that we are becoming too many in their country. We come back to the damage that they've done in our own identity and the crisis and the problem that we face. But let's just go in line with the British are now worried about many immigrants arriving in UK in their droves, and they believe that we are changing the demographic of their areas. Àwọn Asian ti gbalẹ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn yẹn tẹ gbalẹ̀ rẹpẹtẹ àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ ṣe politics tó àwọn Asia the Asian àwọn yẹn ṣe politics nílùú ibi they become councillors wọ́n ti wọlé everywhere. So this are some of how the reaction that is coming out from the British saying that 1st of March àwọn náà máa jáde fún rally. And again, to buttress what we said yesterday, 70 cities in America, January 20, which is Monday coming, they are coming out to protest against Trump. So some of you always argue that Shirali Lokon, it is part of the engagement. Whether our own, they will bring guns out by the police to shoot at us and whatever, we still have to come out in 10 millions of us. So let's listen to this. Moki Mama B. Apparently on Sunday, I was with Mama B in Dustin. I went off me video don't send this in. I didn't even know that this is already being prepared and planned by the British. But that is the good thing about information, especially on this platform. This is your international media. The thing where they happen for outside, where you don't know, because Nigeria is full of too much wahala. Me, I go to bring you the thing where they, where they happen. Listen carefully to this man. I'll play at least about 5 or 3 different videos loaded on Twitter, telling their white people, Oyibo, not Eastern European. No, there's difference between Eastern European and British, pure English. They're vexed, they're angry. Listen to them.
2 months' time, Nuneaton. Britain First is holding its first March for Remigration. This is going to be a spectacular event. We're going to be marching through this British town that's suffering greatly with demographic replacement. And this is a call to action to all people in this country that call themselves patriots. Because if you don't want to be replaced, if you don't want your children to grow up as an ethnic minority in their own country, if you don't want to see the land of your grandparents transformed into a third world ghetto, then get yourself to Nuneaton on the 1st of March. It's as simple as that. If you're happy to be replaced, if you're happy to be treated like a second-class citizen, then just crack on and don't attend. But if you genuinely love this country, if you love Britain, if you want a future for your children, then you've got no choice. The choice has been taken out of your hands. You must attend. You must come out there with Britain First and march through Nuneaton, calling for remigration. Now, remigration is a very, very recent term. But when you look at what's happening around this country, we're a minority now in London, in Leicester, in Birmingham, in Manchester, in so many of our towns and cities.
So now,
this is a call.
They are coming out to march against remigration. Wọ́n jà fún ìran wọn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àti àwọn bàbá Ìgbòho, Akíntóyè, àti gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń jà fún ọ̀ràn ẹ̀ tó ní ká shut up, and I'm trying not to abuse tonight. Tòró yẹ kí n gbà sí fún yín lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Báwa ṣe ń jà fún ọ̀ràn wa, wọ́n ní káwọn náà jáde kó jà fún ọ̀ràn wọn. But ṣe mọ̀ báwa, we are too, easy going. No, Koiki má worry nípa wàhálà tó ń bọ̀ yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ káwa ṣì máa jayé lọ ná. Wàhálà yẹn ká filẹ̀ fáwọn another generation tó dé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Let's listen again. I have to log another video. The same difference of Oyibo people. Tony, they are tired of becoming second-class citizens on their own land. But we are not concerned. Igbo is taking our land. Hausa taking our land. Fulani taking our land. We don't care. We are pleased with the current nonsense playing out in Yoruba land. Because any Tinubu, Abi, Jagaban. Omolodu Ode, Jagaban. I saw those ones they put in the Black Maria. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, we shall stand. They stand the drum on this, a bit of shigis in your. Let's listen again.
This is a call to action.
This is a call to action. Wọ́n ní láti gbé bọn, wọ́n ní káwọn èèyàn jáde kó wá fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn wọn mọ̀. Àná máa jáde fún rally, èmi lè ń bú àbí, ẹ má jáde. Wo, èmi ń gbádùn ayé mi ní UK mọ́ bọ̀. Sorry, fresh. Fresh ni kò sí nǹkan tí mo ní nínú Nàìjíríà owó ló máa jẹ kò ní jàgbàdo. Fresh ẹ̀pà fresh èyí tá jẹ sórí ìdájẹ lẹ́nu sórí ibi tá ti jẹ dé tó bá tún tán màá tún ní kọ́ ọ́dà mi. On your mandate àjọ stand yẹn má jẹ́ kájọ jáde ní kíákíá ká lọ gbára wa sílẹ̀. Sorry, only lele fresh ni, fresh. Only Latin moment today. There's nothing that we need diaspora. Owó ló máa jẹ kò ní jàgbàdo, but ẹ̀yin ò gbádùn ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ pé kí gbogbo wa lè gbégbé àlàáfíà ká retain ibi tí wọ́n fìyà jẹ wá ká gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn. On your mandate you stand, no problem. Amen. Orí gàrí Ìjẹ̀bú láti Ìjẹ̀bú Òde fresh ó kan lẹ́nu tán. Let's continue. So tó bá ti lu aago pé ká jáde jókòó sínú ilé kó máa ní diaspora tẹ́bi òpa ni kó máa bọ̀ kó wọ plane kó wá bá yín jáde ní protest. Àwọn òyìnbó náà call for action. Ọba ní Jésù mú kí yín. They are calling for action for people to come out. What is the reason? Bèrè pé kí ni reason? Ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ, wọ́n pèrò sọ́kọ̀ mobilization. Is that not what we are doing here? Táwọn kan ní ṣé rally nìkan lè máa ṣe, ṣé ò lè máa fi gbára yín lẹ̀? Ọmọ ẹ̀tọ́ ń ta AK-47, ṣé ẹ lówó AK-47 lọ́wọ́? £500 ni wọ́n ń ta AK ẹyọ kan. Ẹ gbọ́ fídíò tá a ṣe lánàá àwọn military guys yẹn tó ní RPG làwọn terrorists ń lò. Do we have the money? Nígbà tá a lówó, we come out in full force, 10 million on the street. Káwo mélòó lọ fi pa? Koiki, ọlọ́pàá máa yin tear gas. Ìgbà tó bẹ́ẹ̀ pé a bá jẹ́ 100 nìkan. Tá a bá pé 10 million on the street of Lagos. Káwo tear gas bó ṣe fi ṣiṣẹ́ láàrin gbogbo wa. Káwo bí wọ́n ṣe fi pa gbogbo wa níwájú àgbáyé. Bí a ń tà ń béèrè fún bóyá ó rọ̀ǹgì ni bóyá crime ni. Ẹ lọ máa mobilize àwọn èèyàn. That's all we need to tell you. Bàbá ti lo aago ká bọ́ síta until our demands are met. Gbóhùn sókè, British man. I am happy that they are called kick gbogbo out. Kick every one of us out of the UK. Kick every one of us out. But kò ní work bẹ́ẹ̀ because ìlú tó lófin ni. But they are hungry, they are bitter that they are becoming second-class citizens. Ní ìlú wọn, tó bá dé àdúgbò mi, wọ́n á máa béèrè pé níbo làwọn òyìnbó yẹn wà àti lé gbogbo wọn dànù. Lọ sí Peckham ní sí tẹ̀ ní lóyìnbó kankan mọ́. Tó bá tún wá dé East London, àwọn yẹn tẹ̀ bàjẹ́. Wọ́n á máa rò pé bí abẹ́ India ló wà ní gbogbo ìjágbájágbá jógbójógbó. They become very powerful in politics. Wọ́n dìbò pa fún Sadiq Khan ni òyìnbó fi gbé jáde wọ́n ní láíláí àwọn Muslim dìbò fún pa òun ló tún jẹ́ kó wọlé padà as a mayor of London. Muslim ni ọmọ Pakistan Sadiq Khan. Òyìnbó tó lọ mú wá tó wá contest pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ as conservative ó nà flat because wọ́n ti kóra wọn jọ. Àwa ní kí gbogbo wa náà ká kóra wa jọ ká ṣe ọjọ́ kan báyìí àwọn olùṣìkan náà wọ́n ti gba country a máa sọ jágbàjágbà jógbójógbó ẹ máa béèrè pé báwo lọ ṣe wọ London gan sẹ báwo làwọn lè ṣe dé abroad mo ṣe rántí pé púpọ̀ nù yín drop in lẹ lọ ṣe àwa ṣe interview kémi fi wá London ni òyìnbó interview mi l'Abuja. So sometimes I wonder how people get to UK mo á realize pé lọ sí interview now ẹ bá ti fill the form ẹ kàn drop ẹ stamp ẹ dẹ̀ wọ plane àwa lọ ṣe interview l'Abuja ni. In 1998, I left Lagos on a night coach. Arrived in Abuja in the morning. With a lush interview. Mo plane pada. Let's listen again.
This is a call to action. 1st of March, 2 months' time, Nuneaton.
In Tomashini, in 2 months' time, what in prepare sílẹ̀? Koiki, rally yẹn ṣé òun la máa ṣe nísìn. À ń prepare yín sílẹ̀ ẹ̀ tí ń complain. So tá a bá tẹ̀lé ká jáde fún rally ṣe làwọn èèyàn máa jókòó sínú ilé. Àbí ẹ máa dókí diaspora wá support yín. These Oyinbo white people, they are preparing themselves for a rally. Ní America, on Monday, 70 cities will be shut down. Ojú mi dáadáa. Ní America níjọ́ Monday tó máa swear Donald Trump 70 cities àti ṣe program yẹn lánàá go and watch it. 70 cities will be shut down because they are not pleased that Trump is coming in with some kind of an agenda. Wọ́n ti mú date pàmàṣẹ́rálì péjọba ìgangan ni but wọ́n ti fún wa ní timeline pé between the end of March maximum rally máa jáde àwọn tó máa ṣe rally tiwọn náà ní 1st of March wọ́n ti ń polongo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Is that not what we're doing on this platform? Keep mobilizing the people, reminding people our quest, our demands, because we want it in a non-violent way. So by violent, láti 4 years ago. But because we don't want to do violent, because Babakito Eni kò ní do violent. But if the Nigerian army attack us and the Nigerian police attack us, let's see what happen and play out. We are international community, mama wò kọ́ pa gbogbo aṣojú títì. Káwo èèyàn mélòó ló fẹ́ pa sójú títì. So the Oyinbo people, white people, they are preparing for something in March. What in pariwo sílẹ̀? Ẹ lọ sórí Twitter. You will be amazed to see thousands of them preparing for this event. Talking about it. About what many of the others that are already saying the same thing. They are no longer English people in their town. All they are saying now is Africans, Asian, and other countries that do not represent them, that does not look like them. Our Joko, our Debo Milani Eko, ní dààmú pé ṣé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní bíbá ìṣá wọ́n ní Abẹ́òkúta àwọn Fúlàní tí ń gbọ́wọ́ ọ̀kadà wọ́n ti sọ wọ́n di gbàtẹ́ pé ní ìjẹkújẹ làwọn operators. How can a Fulani man máa já ticket ní Abẹ́òkúta and to you it means nothing? àdébẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ Fúlàní ń já tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ní Abẹ́òkúta wọ́n ní Kòròdú. I don't understand what is going on. ẹ jẹ́ àgbọn tarakùnrin sọ.
2 months' time, Nuneaton. Britain First is holding its first March for Remigration. This is going to be a spectacular event.
This is going to be a spectacular event to showcase to other white people around the world. Ìyà tí ń jẹ wá nílùú yìí o, àwọn Africans ti gbalẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ pàwọ̀ tí blame wọn fún problem tí wọ́n wá dálẹ̀. That's why we are telling them that let's dissolve Nigeria. There will be less people from Nigeria that are Yoruba that wants to come and live here. But until they push their own politician to end Nigeria or whatever happens, we will come here. Tó bá lè gba bíbá ìwọlé máa bọ̀. Tó bá lè japa máa wá sí UK máa bọ̀. Gbogbo ilé tó ń sọ yẹn wọ́n tọ́ra wọn ni. We will all live side by side in this country. Kò sí ibi tí èdè kankan lọ. But for how long? For how long? Tíru Nigel Farage bá lọ wọlé as the British Prime Minister. Yeah. Well, a lot of things will happen. We are seeing it happening in France, Le Pen. We saw it happening in Italy. Àwọn tó ń dìbò fún nísìn, àwọn tí àwọn ọmọ ìlú wọn fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ṣe tó fẹ́ kó ṣe, ìyẹn ló ń dìbò fún. So things are changing in the European side. And on Instagram, we have 26 minutes, but it's going to come back. So tá a bá wá sọ̀rọ̀ bí a fẹ́ ṣe Yorùbá nation. Àwọn ẹlòmíràn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí ni mí ní Yorùbá nation? Àsì pé ẹ̀ ní làákàyè. Kí lẹ ní pé kí ni mí ní Yorùbá nation? Yorùbá nation is to give us our true identity. Mo fẹ́ kí Instagram yẹn tán ká tó continue. So let's mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. We will not get tired, and our demands must be met. Then they can't kill all of us. Kò possible. Ọ̀gbani Jésù ní 5.5 million naira tí àwọn kan rí gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn olóṣèlú. 5 naira tó ń rí gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn olóṣèlú. Wọ́n ti ná tán. Èyí tó gbà lọ́wọ́ Tinubu wọ́n ti ná tán. Tinubu lè mọ bó ṣe ń dáwó síta. Ẹ mọ̀ pé owó àbúlò fi ń ṣàbúlò àlejò. Máa fọ́nwó síta for everybody. And wọ́n ní títẹ̀ ní nínú. So let's go back and listen to this Oyinbo man.
It's going to be a spectacular event. We're going to be marching through this British town that's suffering greatly with demographic replacement. And this
Only this British town is suffering from àwọn tẹ̀mọ̀ bí òyìnbó làwọn mọ́ bí adúdú làwọn ni bí Asian làwọn ni bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. We don't have no problem. Let Igbo live among us. Yes, they can live among us, but are they doing exactly what we want them to do on our land? Because we can see the damage that they are producing, all kind of problems, from drugs to fake products. Let the Hausa live among us. Those ones are sleeper cells. And if you don't know what sleeper cells are, I pity you. Am I being entirely on Facebook? I don't know what they've downloaded on this phone. Every second is bringing some kind of, and I need this phone, if not, my manager, Koikimedia. So let's listen further.
This is a call to action to all people in this country that call themselves patriots. Because if you don't want to be...
Are you a Yoruba patriot? Or you are just that Yoruba Rono? Àbí Dọ̀ngọ̀ṣù Ògìdàrẹ́ ètí Tinubu bá ti sọ nìkan la fi tẹ̀lé. Tinubu just one man. Ó lágbára jagaba irọ́ ni. Torí ẹ̀ fún ní support yẹn ni. It doesn't need 4 years to dissolve Nigeria. It needs less than a year to to break that shit whole country and let everybody go their separate ways. So this dragging and tax reform. Tell our kings. If I was Tinubu, I will call all the Yoruba king and all the politicians in the southwest and tell them that tomorrow we announce the dissolution of this country, and tell every Yoruba people to go and prepare. Tọ́ba gbógun wá gbógun padà fún wọn. Gbogbo ilé tó ń ṣe jàgbàjàgbà tó ṣe ń ṣe tax reform wọ́n fọlẹ́pọ̀n fi ṣe this wọ́n fọlẹ́pọ̀n. Tell everybody that we are breaking this country and that's the end of it. Let everybody go back to their separate ways. But you are thinking that you can do it until they kick his balls out. He doesn't need second term. He doesn't need even to finish his first term to dissolve this nonsense country that might end up in bloodshed if we are not careful. I have told you before some few years back, East Timor, President Indonesia, there was a change of government, 650 days, low, láti fún wọn ní referendum, and East Timor became a country in 2002. So gbogbo èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ pé Tinubu need the second term kó tó wá ṣe tó máa ṣe ó ní láti complete the first term ó ń tò díẹ̀díẹ̀ kò ní láti tó anything díẹ̀díẹ̀. Use presidential order to stop everything and then break Nigeria and let everybody go their separate ways. And prepare Ooni of Ife to prepare warriors. Prepare them to prepare the warriors. And tell all our governors to keep every ammunition. Because the North will get support from the Arab countries to attack. So if you think that the Northerners will not attack, they will attack with Tinubu or without Tinubu. I want Beru blood. Awala like it blood. Yet, these are people that wants to take us out. Put sleeper cells all over Yoruba land. If I come sọ̀rọ̀, kama sọ̀rọ̀ lójoojúmọ́, kama jókòó, kama sọ̀rọ̀, kama sọ̀rọ̀. Àbí, ẹ ti rẹ́ni tó níṣẹ́. Àbí, yeah, níṣẹ́ now. So you want us to be doing this for the next 3 years again, 2 years again, àbí? Ẹ ti rẹ́ni tó níṣẹ́. Ìwé náà lè sanwó fún wa nísìn. Ṣé tábà kúkú níṣẹ́ kúkú bẹ́tà kí ọwọ́ gbòòrò lọ́kọ́ lọ wáṣẹ́? Tàbá tí mo fàáfi stop tá à ń ṣe. Ẹ sọ wá di film, ká máa wo film, ẹ máa lọ káàkiri, ẹ bá wo Yorùbá wo ìtàn. Ẹ ó yá ibo ni Koiki náà wà, ó yá ibo ni Lady K wà, yèyé mi dára, ibo ni Ọmọlúkà wà. Ìyẹn lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ká máa ṣe àbí? Ká máa ṣe movie, ká máa ṣe program, ká sọ di movie. Instead ká fọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ lójú, ẹni tó bá fẹ́ kú ni kó kú, ẹni tó bá máa yè ló máa yè. Àwa sọ Yorùbá Nation, àwa sọ di movie, ká máa wá Mass B, ká máa wá Yorùbá World Media. Ìjọ la máa ṣe yẹn dà. Ó dà pé gbogbo ọ̀ tí mo ta fẹ́. Mo sọ fún wa ní 4 years ago. Ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń fà ẹ̀ ó dà pé lómi ò tí mọ̀ pé nǹkan tá à ń fà ẹ̀ bí ẹ kọ́ rò pé child's play ni. So ẹ fẹ́ kí Ìgbòho nìkan kó fi ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ síwájú, àwọn ò fi fi ẹ̀mí tiwa sílẹ̀. Mọ̀ngbọ́n láwọn kan ní Koiki má jẹ́ kí Ìgbòho wá sílé, ìgbà ọ̀la ní wá sílé náà gbẹ̀yìn. Ṣé Ìgbòho nìkan ló gbọ́dọ̀ wá sílé? Àwa táwa ń lé ńkọ́? Ìbí gbogbo ala ní Ìgbòho ni wá. Tí Ìgbòho bá wá sílé, so kò sẹ́ni kankan tó tún máa dìde. So that means ká máa jókòó ṣe lè tá à ń ṣe náà nìyẹn. Ìgbòho ní láti wá sílé. Kí ni Ìgbòho fi wá ṣe? Nígbà tá ní gbogbo wa ní Ìgbòho. Àwa sọ Yorùbá Nation ẹ di headline. Ó yá Koiki ṣó ti wo fídíò ilé ìyẹn la fi máa lọ máa wò. Àìtí fi gba country nìyẹn. A ti sọ Yorùbá Nation di camouflage ká máa parọ́ nìyẹn. Èmi ò dẹ̀ láìkí irọ́ ká lọ prepare ẹni bá kú ló máa kú ẹni máa yè ló máa yè láàrin wa. Tọ́lọ̀ foríjì sínétọ̀ àbí honorable tọ́nú kú ní mo ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ arákùnrin ẹ̀ṣẹ́ àṣẹ àti láì díà ṣé kí n kàn fún yín another one.
Time is running out fast, so unless we make the effort,
we're going to talk about.
Ẹja gbọ́ ilé màá mú yín padà lọ sí Rẹ́mọ wọ́n ní honorable kan kú níbẹ̀ wọ́n náà ń ṣe dáadáa but the problem pé tó bá ní wọ́n ṣe dáadáa wọ́n lè ṣe dáadáa nínú Nàìjíríà kò possible. Wọ́n send video ẹ̀kan sí mi tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nínú house ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá ní ọpọlọ mo fẹ́ buttress tàwọn òyìnbó ìtọ́ndélẹ̀ kí n tó move away from there. Purpose program ta lẹ́yìn ní tàwọn òyìnbó yìí pé bó ṣe ń gbáradì fún rally tó fi gbára wọn sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni káwa náà máa gbáradì ẹ̀já gbọ́n eléyìí 11 minutes ni àní lè gbọ́ tán bùkákọ̀ gbọ́ díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Our March for Remigration. This is taking place on Saturday the 1st of March. We're going to be meeting at Nuneaton train station, and we've got a very special promo to show you, and we're going to play that right now.
Again, fast forward as well.
Profiting from their positions. The establishment calls us racists and extremists when we try to celebrate our culture, traditions and heritage. But they
bó bá tẹ̀ gbọ́n kankan tó òyìnbó amara pé wọ́n fi mú sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tẹ́bi náà dé mò ń gbọ́n tó máa ń sọ dáadáa o ṣàgbọ́ culture o gbọ́ heritage ẹ̀kí làwa ń jà fún à ń jà fún pé ká save culture wa ká save heritage wa o ṣàgbọ́n tó sọ ó yẹ já padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ they are saving their culture wọ́n wá rí i pé culture mi ti wọ́n àárín wọn náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ there is nothing wrong that people live together but there is a problem when they are going to overshadow you. If we remain in one Nigeria, and almost of over 5,000 children abandoned in the north. Wọ́n mọ̀ ìyá wọn, wọ́n mọ̀ bàbá wọn. Àwọn wo lọ́jọ́ ṣe jigijigi tó fi bí àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Àwọn bàbá òfòwò ló bí wọn kalẹ̀. Àwọn wo ló bí fún. Do you understand what I mean? 5,000 children abandoned in the north. Kò sí ìyá, kò sí bàbá. Ìwọ wa náà ń kọ́lé sí Nàìjíríà. Orí gbogbo wa pé ṣá mo fi dá business sílẹ̀ mo fi dá iléeṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ mo ń lọ Nàìjíríà nísìn mo Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ń lọ kí n dé kábọ̀ orí gbogbo wa pé including myself we are allowing danger that can kill us any seconds and we are playing with it. Àwa sọ Yorùbá nation yẹn àwa ní pé kájọ ṣe àwa ní Ìgbòho má wálé Ìgbòho ò ní láti wálé àwa ká wà nílé ní gangan ní ká lọ múra sílẹ̀ àwa tá wà nílé ní ká múra sílẹ̀ kí ni Ìgbòho fi wá ṣe délé. I don't think we understand what we're fighting for. Ṣé headline tẹ́ lọ́n rí lórí YouTube yẹn lẹ fi gbà mo ní getting Yorùbá nation will be from the Yorùbá land. Ẹni tá a bá máa lagi mọ́ lórí náà politician la máa lagi mọ́ lórí tó lórí burúkú ni wọ́n wọ̀n níjà lọ. Ẹja gbọ́n táwọn òyìnbó yìí sọ 11:33 p.m. èyí ni 15 ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ̀ràn iléeṣẹ́ yìí lọ́wọ́.
controlled mass immigration.
Mass immigration.
Transforming our towns and cities into unrecognizable third world war zones. Radical Islamists dominate the streets of our cities.
Radical Islamists is moving across UK, across their cities. Ìyẹn làwọn afi ń ṣeré. Àwọn adẹ́rìn lójú báyìí pé these are radical Islam. Radical làwọn eléyìí. Because tó bá ń ṣe radical ni gbogbo àmà mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń ṣe radical. Everybody can see it. Everybody can feel it. Yet we are all playing with it. Àwọn òyìnbó wà worried about radical Islam. The radicalists. Àwọn tó yẹ pé tó bá indoctrine àwọn ọmọ yín tán ṣorí ìwọ tó dọ́mọ nínú ilé wò akọ̀wé lẹ́jọ́ kan ni akọ̀gùn ẹmọ nínú ilé ní apá ìdánù ṣèbárí tó kí ẹ̀ pàyàwó àbí girlfriend ẹ̀ bìkọ́ bá ṣe ní wọn ní pastor là ní wọn ní muslim tìmí lẹ́yìn Àjàyí ìbẹ́ gbọ́ tó pààyàn tó pàyàwó ẹ̀ tó ń bí pé kí ló dé ṣe pa ó ní because ó ní ọ̀nàdá ọkùnrin tó ń fẹ́ ẹ̀ tó bá lọ́kùnrin tó ń fẹ́ òde obìnrin pọ̀ lágbàáyé náà lọ́ ṣe jigijigi lọ́wọ́ lóbìnrin míì wọ́n náà butchered ẹ lọ gbọ́ fídíò yẹn lọ́dọ̀ Linda Kejì wọ́n náà kun ọmọ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó ń kun ẹran ẹ ti mọ̀ pé yẹn bàbá ọ̀pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o àmọ́ bí tí yẹn ti rí tó ti kò ń ṣe ayé kankan ló ń ṣe o bó ṣe wà ní Islam ló wà ní Christianity bó ṣe wà ní Islam ló wà ní Christianity àwọn á fi yẹn ṣeré àbí aláwọn tó lè fund the movement yìí restricted ẹni kò kàn yín and you are building your town that is not safe ṣèbí tá a bá gba country la máa lè protect ìtẹ́yìn fi ṣe sílé you can't protect anything in Nigeria right now àfi tá a bá ń parọ́ fúnra wa you know I know that you cannot protect nothing in the current Nigeria of today. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀ tẹ́wà lórí Koikimedia, you know, bí a ti bá ti lo fóònù tán máa switch over kò sí eléyìí tó ń lọ bí lẹ́gẹ̀dẹ́. Let's fight it now. Let's stop it now. Ó máa wà painful. Bó bá jẹun gan tó bá pọ̀ jù gan á máa dùn ẹ́ ní kù. So why are we scared? Why are we worried? Kí ló ń bà wá lẹ́rù? No. Already the country has killed every one of us because Tibani Oya Mr. Ishola ṣe é sáré bá mi lọ Sokoto lọ́la anórí ọ̀pẹ Koiki ọmọ àlè. Ṣé mi wá jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ kí Fúlàní jí gbé? Ṣé mo lè ràn yín? Ta ló máa bá lọ Sokoto láàárọ̀ la kí n sẹ́ndì owó mọ́tò sí ẹ? Mo fẹ́ ran iṣẹ́ ni o. Ṣé wàá bá mi lọ Sokoto kó lọ by road? So kí wàá la wá fẹ́ Nàìjíríà fún? Ta ló máa bá lọ Kaduna? Ẹ gbọ́ pọ́pá mo sọ fún ìyàwó mi lọ́sàn-án yìí. Ó ní kí ló ń ṣàwọn pípé mo ní ẹranko bíi wèrè làwọn tá à ń bá gbé. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bí ẹ̀ tún ṣe ọkọ̀ sí mi ni ẹ jẹ́ sáré lọ mú wá. The young man was killed, a doctor. Ó tún mú mi rántí Dr. Chinelo. Dr. Chinelo was killed by terrorists on the train. Ó tweeted, àwọn èèyàn fi rẹ́rìn. Wọ́n ní, how can they kill you? Dr. Chinelo, she was just 72 hours to have left Nigeria to Canada. See the young man that was killed. Young man, Jerry Joe. Jerry. You show that Shabbat. How about the software? I don't know, baby, going to show me. Okay, Eshatiri. That is the young man that was killed. Breaking news. Boko Haram have killed Dr. Mutala Sel Danshiri. He was a junior doctor on duty at the General Hospital in Castina. He was shot dead. Along about. Hey, yeah. Ṣé UK lè accept kí terrorists wọnú NHS hospital kópa doctor? The balls is in our hand. Bàbá ṣe fi play ni. So gbogbo ìdí tá a ṣe kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho àti bàbá Akíntóyè ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni. Torí kò ń ṣe Ìgbòho ló máa forí lakú. Gbogbo wa ni ká máa sọ pé a fẹ́ forí lakú yẹn. Ikú dẹ̀ ò ní pa wá. Bọ̀ ká máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ fẹ́ yẹ kí Ìgbòho lọ forí lakú àbí? Mo ń bèrè yìí o. Ẹ fẹ́ yẹ kí Ìgbòho nìkan lọ forí lakú kó lọ forí lakú wá fún gbogbo wa? Àbí kò níyàwó kò lọ́mọ? Ṣé Ìgbòho níyàwó kò lọ́mọ? Akọni lòun ẹ̀fílẹ̀ níbi tó wà. Ẹ jẹ́ káwa tó kù sọ fún ìjọba pé a fẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́ by fire by force. 10 million on the street kan yìnbọn fún gbogbo wa káwọ èèyàn mélòó níbọn máa pa. Bí wọ́n máa gbé helicopter bí wọ́n máa ju bọ́ǹbù látòkè ni ká máa wòran. And you think that international community will sit back and allow Bola Tinubu to do that? Torí àwọn mọ̀ kó máa ṣe torí kò ń ṣọmọ ọkọ. Torí tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ọkọ ni a ti ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ tó yẹ kó ṣe fún ọ̀ràn Yorùbá. Kò dẹ̀ lè ṣẹ̀tọ́ kankan torí pé mo sọ fún yín pé Sultan of Sokoto ẹ pọn Tinubu báyìí wọ́n rà báyìí ni gbogbo tó ń ṣe tẹ́yìn sọ pé ń ṣe yẹn ó ń débọ̀ ni. Kí ni mo sọ fún yín? Ó ń débọ̀. Sultan of Sokoto remains the president caliphate of Nigeria. Àwọn tó ń pàṣẹ fún Tinubu nìyẹn. Let's go back quickly. Ká lọ gbọ́n táwọn ìbò yẹn sọ ká tó wá tẹ̀síwájú. How many minutes mo ti ṣe? Officially 2 hours ago. 1 hour 14 minutes.
Yeah. Whilst British patriots are thrown in prison for social media posts, illegal immigrants are invading our country and the treacherous politicians.
Illegal immigrants are invading our country. Are Fulani not invading Yoruba land? It's a question. It's a question. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá ń bá ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ disruption ẹ lọ sí platform mi because this one keeps going in and out. Are Fulani not invading our country or our land? To write it by country. Are Fulani not invading us? Every single comment section now. Are they invading us? Màláfíà sọ fún wa, Ọlákúnlé sọ fún wa, gbogbo wọn sọ fún wa pé Fúlàní ń wọlé lójoojúmọ́, olórí burúkú Buhari ṣe ló ṣí bọ́dà lẹ̀. Ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní bọ́dà Nìjẹ̀? Mo gbọ́ fídíò bọ̀bọ̀ kan, èmi ò mọ bọ́dà yẹn. Ó ní ó kọ̀ lè rìn báyìí, ó ti wọnú Nàìjíríà. Ó tún fẹsẹ̀ sẹ́yìn báyìí, ó ti dénú Nìjẹ̀. That is how porous the borders are. Mo kí ẹ brother mi Sùnbọ̀. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run dúró tiẹ̀. Padà kó sí girama Ọlọ́run àforíjì wọn. Ó dàgbẹ́ ìgbọ́n kan tí mo sọ. Buhari mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe bọ́dà sílẹ̀ and allow influx of terrorists. Àwọn àjọ ń gbé àjọ ń sùn. Àwọn òyìnbó náà wá sọ pé no àwọn ọ̀gbà mọ́. That their cities and towns are changing with illegal immigrants. Àwọn táwọn ọmọ báwo lọ ṣe wọlé wá pa àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké wá ṣe this wá ṣe that, and they are coming out to protest. Let's continue.
Put them in taxpayer-funded hotels and lavish them with benefits and freebies. Pensioners are robbed of their winter fuel allowance, but we spend billions on foreign aid, whilst the politicians feed at the Westminster trough, line in their pockets and profiting from their positions. The establishment calls us racists and extremists when we try to celebrate our culture, traditions and heritage.
Òyìnbó ń bínú pé wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn celebrate culture wọn. Àbí? Because culture tiwa náà ní sìn wọ́n ti sọ àti sọ́nù. Our culture, we can no longer celebrate it. Why am I bringing this video? Because this is part of the education. Torí wọ́n tó argue blindly pé no, Nigeria ni ká protect. I sọ fún pé no, it is no longer about Nigeria now. It's about Yoruba first. Yoruba first. Bó ṣe jẹ́ ká máa ronú nìyẹn. Kò sí tó kàn pẹ̀lú Nigeria. But we are playing and there's no time.
But they empower ethnic minorities to do exactly the same thing.
Only one empower minority against our majority. Who is the majority in Nigeria today? Àwọn wo ni majority? Àwa ìran ọmọ aládé, àwa ìran ọmọ aládé àti wá di minority. Fúlàní tó jẹ́ pé minority ni wọ́n. Fúlàní that are minority wọ́n wá di majority mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Àwọn anìkàjọ máa play politics of four. Yes, Tinubu was able to gag them. But what happened after Tinubu? That is the question that nobody can answer. Because I want to move swiftly. Ashimapada was sorry, this particular Motufelo, there's another one I saw. Egagoti baby. Elite para gidede. Oh, ele that be Koikimedia ni. Ele to face all listen. Oh,
given their lives.
Ele that be Koikimedia, bó ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀. Oh, para gidi. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tó sọ. And I'll try to shut up kakọ̀gbọ́n tó sọ. Kí n tó wá ṣe bí analysis lé lórí.
On March 1st, Britain First is marching for remigration. We're doing this in the town of Nuneaton in the Midlands. Nuneaton is another English town that is being completely taken over by foreigners and where English people are being replaced. This is the same across the country, be it London, Luton, Leicester, Manchester, Birmingham. All of these towns and cities, English people are becoming the minority. We are being replaced in our own homeland. Like, can you imagine that happening in Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabians being replaced in their homeland? Can you imagine that happening anywhere else apart from white Western countries? It wouldn't happen, and if it did, it'd be an all-out war. It's happening here because the British have been too polite and too apathetic for far too long. We've allowed millions upon millions of people to invade our country that do not belong here, that do not like us, and they hate us. They don't just don't like us, they hate us. And that's why they've raped 500,000 English girls. That's why our children are stabbed up at dance classes now. That's why our children are blown up at concerts now, because we've imported millions and millions of people that do not like us, they do not like our country, they do not respect our culture, they do not respect our history.
Ara mi ò gbà, mo gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Is that not what is happening in Yoruba land? Igbo wa bá wa gbé, or like wa. And I purposely start with the Igbos because ibi ta máa ń fi ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹni ta bá lè lẹ̀dí mọ́ òun la máa ń mú. I just started with the Igbos. But ṣé Igbo nìkan ló ń dà wá láàmú on Yoruba land? You hear what this white English woman is talking about. Why are we living with people that doesn't like us? Why are we living together? Can you change the ideology of the Fulani? So why ta ṣe ń ṣe bí àtẹ pé gbogbo tá à ń sọ yìí kò yé yín? Àwa sọ Yorùbá nation, àwa ń ṣe báyìí, à ń ṣe báyìí. A ní ká push out tán délẹ̀. Koiki, ẹ má yẹ kí Ìgbòho lọ́lé o, Koiki, bàlàlà, ó bòlòlò. Ṣé Ìgbòho nìkan ló gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́jà? Mo ń béèrè ni o. Ṣé Ìgbòho nìkan ló gbọ́dọ̀ gbórí síta? Gbogbo wa ló yẹ ká jọ gbórí síta náà. Because tá a bá jọ gbórí síta tán, à á jẹ́ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho kọ́ lélẹ̀. In tí Ìgbòho ń jà fún lèmi náà ń jà fún. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọn tó yìnbó sọ náà. Ó ní, why are we living with people that doesn't like us? They hate us. They call us names. Yes, wọ́n fi gbé pẹ̀lú wa, kò possible. Why are we living with people that cannot respect our institution, cannot respect our culture? Kí la jọ ń gbé papọ̀ fún? Kí ni ìgbé papọ̀ wa for work? Is that not what we... In tá a sọ náà kọ́ lélẹ̀. But ọmọ Yorùbá máa argue. I mean, no. Báyìí la ṣe máa ṣe, báyìí la ṣe máa ṣe. Let's complete the video. Ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Bèbí tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ òun dàbí Koiki ni. Tó bá gbé ìbọn fáwọn ilé wá pa anybody dànù. Torí I can imagine if they can come out in a video like this. Imagine kí ni wọ́n sọ nínú ilé wọn fáwọn ọmọ wọn. Àwọn ọmọ táwọn ń bí. Ìjọ ń wọ́rì ìwọ́n tó ń sọ pé Koiki UK ni mo wà. Kò séwu o. Kò séwu lóòótọ́ o. And I pray pé kò ní séwu. Ǹjẹ́ àmọ́ táwọn ilé ń sọ fáwọn ọmọ wọn nínú ilé? Because ìtàn sọ fáwọn ọmọ wọn nínú ilé ó yàtọ̀ sí ìtàn sọ lórí social media. These are the people that our children will have to in the future. Àwọn ọmọ táwọn ń bí tẹ́ ní ká má jà tán nísìn ká jà díẹ̀. So you expect these children of these ones pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tèmi ǹjẹ́ ọmọ tó ń bọ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú? Are we thinking ṣé èmi nìkan làwọn ń rò ní ǹjẹ́ àti ń ronú fáwọn ọmọ tàbí sí bíbá pé they are not welcome? Lóòótọ́ gbogbo wọn lọ gbé British passport dání sọ́wọ́. I'm not talking about America now. They all have that British passport. But àwọn ọmọ yẹn ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa búlì wọn tó bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n máa racist wọn? Torí àwa tá a ṣe wà nílùú ìtajà gbàlagbà gan a ṣe face racism. Mo mọ̀ bí wọn kó mi kan wà níbí mo dárúkọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan Dr. Abe. Iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe nílùú ni pé gbogbo àwọn nurse tí wọ́n fi strike off tó fi strike wọn off wọ́n fi gba license kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn. Iṣẹ́ táwọn ṣe nìyẹn. Wà lọ defend wọn ní hospital. No, kò possible. Kí ló ṣe? In tó ṣe yẹn ṣe òyìnbó òṣèré ẹ̀rí àbí pé ṣé òyìnbó òṣèré ẹ̀rí? That is the job that he does in the UK. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fún wọn ṣe. He has defended multiple different nurses tó yẹ kó ti gba license kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn látara bóyá àwọn nǹkan mi tó necessary. But nígbà tó jẹ́ pé òyìnbó ni ọ̀gá tó wà níbẹ̀ kò dẹ̀ láìkí dúdú. so ó fẹ́ kick wọn out. Ibẹ̀ ni Dr. Abe ti kọ́ mi pé no màá wá defend ẹ̀ tí bá wé ké sanwó fún mi. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ ronú pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tá a bí? Because some of our children will not be able to take it, and they can end up on the street either selling drugs, gbogbo alamọ wọn ta drug in the UK, or becoming something that I don't want to call our children. So ẹ jẹ́ ká kúkú lọ já tọ̀hún yẹn tán tó kúkú jẹ́ tiwa ká dẹ̀ flọ́mọ́ káwọn ọmọ yẹn lè láǹfààní láti wálé. Èmi ò fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ tèmi wálé fún 30 December. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà yẹn kọ́ là ń sọ. We're talking about coming back home and work with Peyite Wanle, Johnny Brain, and build a Yoruba land. Bí olóyè ṣe sọ pé àwọn expertise káàkiri àtàwọn tó wà nínú ilé. So why are we wasting the time? So kí ló ń dá wa dúró? Why are we wasting time when we know the result of what we want? Because àwọn ìbò ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ wọn ní gbà lọ́jọ́ iwájú pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ táwa bí ẹja gbọ́ tó kó tán.
And they do not belong here. So it's okay shutting the floodgates tomorrow and saying no more boats, enough is enough. But that won't solve the problems that we already have. We've got so many problems in this country.
UK knew we have so many problems in this country. I can imagine if a British citizen, a white woman precisely, is talking about so many problems in this country. Problem mélòó la wà ní? So do you expect that problem to be resolved by Tinubu within 4 years, within 8 years? They play. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe máa sọ fún mi àbí? Ẹ má ẹ̀ka ṣe ẹ̀ka ṣe. Ká tètè gbára wa sílẹ̀. Torí òyìnbó náà fi gbára ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nílùú ẹ̀. So you expect this white woman to come and fight for you in Nigeria? They play. Àwa táwa bíbá ẹ̀ la máa bá wọn lé jà. Àmọ́ bá ṣe máa bá wọn jà diplomatically. Àmọ́ bá ṣe máa dí pẹ̀lú ra wa. But if we remain stupid, tá a ṣe the needful, Fulani máa kick gbogbo out of our land, and it will become terrible, and we can stop it. We can stop it now before it is too late. Let's finish the video so that we can move forward. Jurassic.
So many problems, and a lot of them stem from having open floodgates for the past 60 years. Do you know, this is...
British woman, they talk about people have been flooding UK in the past 60 years. But they forgot what they did to our life. By putting us in this mess. And if we do nothing now, we will continue in that mess for a very long time. Let's complete the video.
Why we've got knife crime epidemics across the country. Why our country is always on terror alert. Like, we don't have to live like...
But like that one, you sorrow. Only our country is now on terror alert. Oh, he was ọmọ Yoruba. Bàbá kí tó yẹ bàbá 89. Àwọn kan tó máa attack bàbá yẹn. Bàbá tó yẹ kó kọ̀ra jókòó. Kó máa jẹ wọn mọ́. Kó máa ní grandpa kí lẹ fẹ́. Kó ní mo fẹ́ ògì àti mọ́ínmọ́ín. Kó fún bàbá lógì jẹ kó jẹun tán kó sùn kó relax kó gba atẹ́gùn. Àwa ń fi kọ́ọ̀lù àfi ń bọ̀ ń pàdé bàbá yẹn. À ń pè sí meeting. Ó wá nóda. Òun fira wọn lẹ̀ at 89. Àwọn mìíràn sọ̀rọ̀ sí bàbá yẹn yẹn máa wò pé ha ṣé bàbá kí ni bàbá yìí ṣe fún wa? Kí ni bàbá kí tó yìí ṣe fún wa tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí at 89? Torí èmi mọ̀ pé bàbá ti ọ̀rí kankan ṣe. Bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò dáa. Bàbá ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ò dáa bọ̀ kò rí kankan ṣe sí. Bàbá tó wá rí pé Nàìjíríà yóò gbádùn. Bàbá wà ní meeting tó bá ń ṣàpèjúwe kan tó bá wà lọ lo Nàìjíríà bàbá bá ní no ẹ má lo Nàìjíríà rárá bàbá Akíntóyè aṣọ ni wọn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ni no Nigeria is not a country because tó bá jẹ́ pé country ní Nàìjíríà ni wàá ti fún àwọn bàbá Akíntóyè láàyè láti reform ẹ̀ nígbà tó ń ṣe second republic ìyẹn ni wọ́n ṣe òkè wọn náà fi jẹ tiẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ìwọ́n náà fi gun jíwa gan kó kó security sẹ́yìn ká máa intimidate ara wa irú society yẹn ló fẹ́ àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ irú society yẹn torí àsìkò wa let's continue.
Like this. We don't have to live in a constant state of fear. Like our people shouldn't.
Mo like it bẹ́ẹ̀. Nàìjíríà ló máa ra ticket pò ń lọ wà tó máa lọ gbàwé. Constant fear. Àtẹni tó wà nílé, àtẹni tó wà níta. We are living in constant fear. How will people call you from home and you are already scared? Oh, tẹ̀tí mọ̀ tó fi bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ. Wàá rí mẹ́sẹ̀gì mi máa wá láti Nàìjíríà òfin open ẹ̀. We are living in constant fear. Ẹni tó wà ní live in constant fear. Ẹni tó wà ní live in constant fear. Is that how we should be living? Is that how we should live? Let's ask ourselves the truth. Why are you not sleeping? Eh? You want to wait? Let us. Wow.
Go to Christmas, enough is enough. But that won't solve the problems that we already have. We've got so many problems in this country. So many problems. And a lot of them stem from having open floodgates for the past 60 years. Do you know, this is why we've got knife crime epidemics across the country. Why our country is always on terror alert. Like, we don't have to live like this. We don't have to live in a constant state of fear. Like, our people shouldn't go to Christmas markets thinking, oh, is this the day it's going to be attacked? This is not how we should be living, and we do not have to live like this. We can have mass deportations. We can deport the people that hate us and don't belong here. And it's like people need to lose this fear that they have inside of being called racist or xenophobic or a little Englander, because none of those labels matter in the grand scheme of things. What matters in the grand scheme of things is that your children are safe and that we have a Britain left to hand to them. Because Britain is their country, it's their future. Do you know, it was handed to us, and it's our duty now to hand it on to our children. Our country does not belong to people called Abdul. Our country does not.
Hey, only our country does not belong to people that are called Abdul. It's not our country. How are we living in constant fear? I don't know how to explain this again. That we are doing the needful, but we need to join the force together and make the push. Because in doing so, we know that we not experience. Let me just take it back a little bit. Let's start from here.
Having open floodgates for the past 60 years. Do you know, this is why we've got knife crime epidemics across the country. Why our country is always on terror alert. Like, we don't have to live like this. We don't have to live in a constant state of fear. Like, our people shouldn't go to Christmas markets thinking, oh, is this the day it's going to be attacked? This is not how we should be living, and we do not have to live like this. We can have mass deportations. We can deport the people that hate us and don't belong here. And it's Like, people need to lose this fear that they have inside of being called racist or xenophobic or a little Englander, because none of those labels matter in the grand scheme of things. What matters in the grand scheme of things is that your children are safe and that we have a Britain left to hand to them, because Britain is their country. It's their...
Let's leave her. Let's switch the phone around because, you know, end the lake but another phone on board. Let's end this because this phone is giving us wahala. Now, as we go into the final discussion tonight, the Yoruba nation task is a job from me and you. So I am just playing my own part. And this is over 4 years ago. Back by Yoruba nation, our kuro need the commit of Yoruba nation law. And I made it known to Baba Kitoye when I traveled home to meet him personally, you know, and made this known to him that we will give him all the necessary support using our platform. I'm losing a lot of revenue, but it's okay. But Koikimedia. So let's go straight to the next discussion quickly because of my time. So I'm going to go swiftly. And I welcome you as we are just the time because Moki Buba Moki Babawa Kabesi the Oni of Ife Molobe Moki Babawa bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa Awùjalẹ̀ mo kí yín mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí kábíyèsí Aláàfin ikú bàbá yèyé the new paramount king tatuni tí inú wa ń dùn pé at least a lè yangàn pé àti ní ọba tuntun, and I pray that we see him more, and we pray for all others as well, from Ekiti to Ondo to Osun, gbogbo bí tí ọba wà ní ilẹ̀ Káàárọ̀ Oòjíire gbogbo inú mo kí sà. Now, this next phase of our discussion, àti gbọ́n táwọn ìbò yẹn sọ, so ká má push it for too much. We have listened to it, and I'm sure we are learned people, we understand it clearly. So I want to take us to the next part of my discussion, even though we are not at the time Pupomo. I can enjoy a video. Funny, but I'm not just funny. When I'm a Nife Kuni, Muki Mamsimi for the super chat. Thank you so much for the support and the love. Muki Bugwe Mamami Ti Embawa Loninu Emi. I was listening to Pavilion TV yesterday because I was 16, and in 16, I was the second day into the program. Moke and Teshua Lori Joko, thank you so much for joining, and those of you that have stayed put. The miracle is Yoruba people we go, but it has to be done collectively. And I know we can do it. I know we can all do it. So let's go straight to my next phase of discussion. I think I should use this laptop to do the discussion because the other is giving me too much wahala. This phone. My children have done some magic with it, with all their games, and it comes with too many adverts. Now, let's dive into, I'm still have to come back out some probably another time, because in Timothy Kai, or Timothy discussed the Lord this, it's quite in-depth, it's quite a long discussion. But let us see a support platform. We need all your support. Moki our joke. And the Tinubu cannot do anything because of those alimonjiri that people. And also Colin Foreign Care, this woman that I was told died, her name is Mrs. Otumba Adewumi Oriyomi Ononuga. She passed away in London. Again, politicians travel to UK and Europe for medical treatment. If Nigeria was that great, they will have no reason to come and make treatment here. We have the expertise in all the field of medical research, and all they need to do is just build the facility and train people, and they will die in Nigeria. But rather, kò sẹ́ni tó fi kú lóòótọ́, àdẹ̀ kú yọ̀yàn lórí platform wa. So from the news that came to me, we heard about the news, but we wanted to make sure before we break the news. I am not in Nigeria, but you'll be wondering how I know many things that is happening, because we have strong teams that are working around the clock, and we also have a lot of freelance. So when the news came into the Koikimedia, I told the team that we wait until there's full confirmation before we break the news. So it is with deep sadness, and I'm told that she has done a lot. She has worked very hard, in her constituency. But again, we will play a video of her right now. It's still the same thing. There's not much you can do in Nigeria because it is not meant for us. And this is the reason that I say so far your effort will not reflect in a one Nigeria. It will be suppressed down by the people that do not want you. Even if your intention are good, you're dead in Nigeria. So these particular honorable, some of you have seen the image of her that we posted earlier today, and that's her face there. I'm sure some of you were able to see my children with this food, wahala. Some of you were able to see the face. We posted it, and she died in London. May her soul rest in peace. That's all I can say. But there was something I heard when she was talking in the House of Assembly in a particular video that was sent to me through a link. And I just shake my head and say, I pity a lot of Nigerians that think that their politicians can do jack shit inside Nigeria, even if their intention is great or good. Listen to this. How she spoke eloquently as a proud Yoruba woman, well educated, sound. Thank you so much, those of you that are still. I'm recording, so I don't want to be mentioning names. It goes into my recording, and my recording is already 1 hour. Because we're doing that for the benefit of those that do not have enough data to listen to me back home in Nigeria. Linking it again. Let's listen to her from here. Moki Bugweyi Tishagamu, because she's from that district. If I play it from here, some of those here will not listen. So we're struggling to see if we can play it here without all this. Let's listen.
Is a motion on the need to investigate the abandonment of Shagamu independent power projects and
Abandon independent Shagamu power supply. So, Tebanino, how do you want to run your barbing salon, your hairdressing, your nails, your small hotel?
Electricity supply to Shagamu communities, standing in the name of Honorable Adewumi, Oriomi, Onanuga, Otumba. Honorable Onanuga is hereby invited to move. And Alaja, 6, Abi, not 5 people. And I hope she will present them in that sequence. Otherwise, we shouldn't support this motion.
Support the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Highly respected colleagues. My name is Honorable Alaja Yoruba Otumba Adewumi.
The point I want us to listen to from all this is that there are some people that doesn't want Yoruba land to progress. Yoruba could progress. I have listened to the video, but I'm just preparing you to understand that the progression of Yoruba people in Nigeria will not work. Let us pull out now and go and develop at a very fast pace. Let's continue with the video.
I represent the fabulous United people of
Ikene.
Remo North. I am from
Ogun State.
And I stand to read a motion for the need to investigate.
Professor, are we okay?
They are talking about something that is important, and Olori Buruku Konsoro in the background. Because, as far as they're concerned, let them concern them with what is happening in Remo. Imagine if it was we that are running our own affair, and they are debating about something where they pay us. They not born any other Yoruba politician to talk during that time. We will tell that person to resign. But in the house where you get Igbo, you get Hausa, you get all mixture. Toban Sonton Dun Southwest, Kokon North, Kokon Ile Igbo. Toban Sonton Dun North, Yoruba no mani Kokon. And these are meant to be our representatives. You can see that the chairman of house is trying to call attention of one stupid professor that they are talking now. No respect for a woman anyway in Nigeria. Because Buhari himself say in the other room where they do jiggy jiggy, that's where you need woman. When we saw Angela Merkel, the past chancellor of Germany, how she performed miracle transforming Germany, how we are seeing other different women around the world doing very well, extremely very well. But in Nigeria, they cannot because they want to keep them in the other room for jiggy jiggy alone. And you can see that I've tried not to use my normal slogan. I could have added it to that, but I'm trying to avoid the lale. Let's go back. They have to call their attention to shut up and allow this woman to complete her motion.
The abandoned Shagamu Independent Power Project and restore electricity supply to Shagamu communities.
Imagine the abandoned Shagamu Power Project. Abandoned. By who? And we will abandon it. Is the abandonment of this and in many other places like that in Nigeria. I'm not being just because it's Yoruba land now, but it's across across every part of Nigeria, including the north. So while we are here saying that, look, this woman now, she served Ikeme, but they molested her, they suppressed her. She's part of APC. I'm not here to defend her. But I'm not saying that now she has died. May her soul rest in peace. The problem is not yet resolved. You know that some people in the house are already happy that she died, because for them, it is a privilege to take her position. If she has supported Yoruba nation, it would have been in the interest that a vision will be completed. I'm sure the next representative might not even talk about the power project anymore. Abroad. Listen more.
Notes that in 2014.
Now, listen to here. I don't know when this video was projected. I was trying to look for the date on it. Listen. I'm not sure when this video was projected, but she's talking about since 2014. Kilo Shele. Let's hear from her.
The United States Trade and Development Agency collaborated on a feasibility study for the Shagamu Independence Power Plant.
You see, when they talk about feasibility study, every plan for Yoruba land, Baba Olowo already have it prepared. Baba Olowo has done the job. What we should be doing is just advance on it and make the growth on it and work at a faster pace to make it happen. But when they are still talking about no light, which is what they're discussing on this motion, the power plant in Shagamu, an industrial hub area in southwest part of Nigeria.
Which will be built in two parts, and for which they had signed an agreement in 2018.
And they have signed agreement since 2018. That's 4 years after the feasibility study. What
construction in 2020.
They are meant to start construction in 2020. Now, let's calculate it. Since 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6 years. Till now, Shagamu people don't get light. And you will see diaspora. Alomashe, Ojudioba, Awosho, Ninoru, Akosagbada, Awomo Shagamu, at the day that abroad, at the villa, no industry, no light. We will enjoy ourselves for 1 week. We will all go back and we abandon our people again for another year. Is that the kind of life we want? Because I have 8 minutes, but let's push this quickly.
The House also notes that phase 1 of the project was expected to deliver 250 megawatts of power to the grid using an open cycle gas-fired turbine, while phase 2 would ramp it to 400 megawatts by retrofitting it to a combined cycle power plant. The House further notes that the numerous industries such as Nestle, Unilever, Indorama, PZ.
You can see why those ones they ran away from Ogun State and went to Ghana. They realized that they cannot operate without full energy. Are you understanding the danger of Nigeria? This woman that died was making it. I'm told that she was hardworking in her constituency. That's what people are saying. I'm not there. She's an APC. We're not here to defend her. But Korashi Yorishi, because she tried to push things in Nigeria, but Nigeria said, no, you can't do anything. No. Why would Shagamu people going to get light? When Igbo people never get light, did not never get light. We are fighting. When we can build our own power plants without being part of Nigeria. Let's listen to the last part. Mambo.
And Dangote Industries, among others, at Shagamu in Ogun State, provide job opportunities, boost local economies, and enhance industrialization, thus increasing Nigeria's GDP. The House is concerned that the Shagamu office of the transmission company has kept 260 MVA transmitters in its custody for over 12 years, which
hold on, guy. You know go better. This is where I want to cause. Koni dafuba ben to bani control in Nigeria. Any shoriri. Oguma akpabu boyeni. It don't go better for anybody we say we stay in Nigeria. It don't go better for you. Bomb bastard. Any shoriri. It don't go better for anybody we say we stay in Nigeria. Pastor ni imam ni babala koni dafuba we any shoriri moso. Bomb bastard. They kept something that would bring life to a community, and they kept it in one office for 12 years. Hey, they financing office here. Burn the whole bloody office down. Because it's of no use. That the power plant, something where they buy to make light in Chagamu, where we they abuse Koiki. Some people deliberately kept it in the office. We don't know whether they are Hausa, whether they are Yoruba, whether they are Igbo. They kept it in the office for 12 low F word. But my mom always said, no, don't use that word. And I love my mom too much. And it's showing. That is the country you want us. This woman was pushing at them of your poison and your badano. Who knows? Fresh from Nigeria. I'll eat this tomorrow. Coconut. Fresh from Nigeria. Idiot all over the place. 12 bloody years. They kept that, whether now transmission, I don't know what it is. They kept it away and put you in darkness. And you are praying for one Nigeria. It don't go better for you as you pray for one Nigeria. Only surely. Let's go back and listen to what she was saying. And it's late. And I love my wife too much. No one wake her up. Hold on, Mama. Let's go back one step. Let's go back. Listen again.
Would ramp it to 400 megawatts by retrofitting it to a combined cycle power plant. The House further notes that the numerous industries such as Nestle, Unilever, Indorama, PZ, and Dangote Industries, among others, at Shagamu in Ogun State, provide job opportunities, boost local economies, and enhance industrialization. But thus increasing Nigeria's GDP. The House is concerned that the Shagamu office of the transmission company has kept 260 MPA transmitters.
They kept 260 MPA or whatever in their office for 12 years. Wicked people doesn't want Nigerians to enjoy full electricity. Wicked country that doesn't have sympathy for humanity. People sleeping in darkness when they should have light. The product has been bought, yet some people kept it in the office for their own selfish interest. And yet, you will come online and be defending nonsense. On your mandate we stand. In his custody for over 12 years, which have not been installed.
Thus deliberately depriving the surrounding community.
And they couldn't defend to keep Nigeria. Did you hear what this woman said? This is the woman that died. She was fighting for the injustice, fighting for the masses, fighting for Shagamu people. But make they get light, But I'm sure some people say, I think they will buy this woman up. Because we don't want anywhere in Nigeria to be light. We want everywhere to be dark. Like this. Darkness. Some of you watching me now, I'm not talking about you in diaspora, people back home. If you're listening to me on Twitter, I just switch off my light in the kitchen and everywhere is now dark. The only light reflecting is the one from the living room. So a woman came out and said, how can you keep something for 12 years? And that is the country you want us to save. Let's finish listening to her, then I end the program. The one that I wanted to touch on, I will leave it till another day because it will take me some time.
Who have been without electricity supply for over 2 years.
No electricity for over 2 years.
The House is informed that the Transmission Company of Nigeria insinuated that
the Transmission Company in Nigeria insinuated
132 MVA transmitter was currently installed in the Shagamu area, but the area is currently experiencing a prolonged blackout.
No
the
light.
House is cognizant that the Shagamu Agbara industrial complexes in Ogun State contribute 10% VAT annually to federal government.
You see why Tinubu won't destroy their balls in the north. So you see why Tinubu, I mean, I can't live in darkness, so it's too dark for me. You see why Tinubu say, hey, so we are making money from Agbara in Ogun State with VAT. But in the north, they produce jack shit. Nothing, they don't produce anything. Tinubu can say, no. Let's reform the tax. And this is where we're going to be ending the program very soon. Let's reform. Let's put this tax bracket to work. And Bauchi governor said, Tinubu, if you do that, we're not going to pay salary. Ask them which salary were they paying before. You can see that the end of Nigeria will come through awareness like this. I will leave it like this for tonight on the Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Today is now the 16th of January 2025, and as you can see from my clock, it's 12:35 a.m. Let's appreciate some of you online before we end the program. For 2 hours. It's not easy. Sitting for 2 hours and listening to me itself is a big task. I have been standing now for 2 hours. I'm sure some of you were sitting down. But without you, there's no us. So we're very grateful. What I've talked about was recorded. So again, as usual, we move the audio share, especially for those that do not have enough data. And if you are looking for how to support me financially, try to find me. With Koiki, you need the support, and we're going to give you the support. Even if I don't pick up my calls, you send me a message. And I pray that God will support you to support us. The BBC is funded by the public with big money. We are not saying that we will not look for our own funding in the future. But right now, we want you to fund this channel. I am not one of the bloggers. We are a media organization that needs the support of the public. So they are putting the details out there. So when we say donate to good journalism, many independent media depend on you. And if you don't have any fund to support us, just pray for me and my family, my children, my wives, my mom, that arákùnrin tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, nǹkan kan gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe, because there are people that are trying. They are trying, but Ọlọ́run ní fún yín ṣe. So this voice of mine must be part of, I am not saying it's going to be the only voice, but it will be part of the voice that will liberate Yoruba people out of that shit or country. Money any to ba maku lo maku. We will exit Nigeria by fire or by force. Either they go peace or we go the other way around. Some of us are determined. I have lived there. I have told my wife. I've told her most of the time. They're listening. I've told her. Because I'm not going to allow my children to be facing white people in the near future and fighting each other. So better give me a fight it, so that my children can know that they have a home called Yoruba land. I know some of you don't want that because they have British passport. Mine have British passport as well. But I care less about that passport. I am more worried about them not knowing their town, their villages, the good Yoruba place from Ogun State to Ekiti to Ondo to Osun to Kwara to Lagos to every part of Yoruba land that they can explore and live a better life. And it can be done if we work all together. That is the future. If you want to come and live in UK, you are more than welcome. I don't want to live here anymore. And we will fight to the last blood on us. And I told you, I am the last man standing. And on that note, let me say appreciation to all my egbon, my younger ones, our mothers, our fathers, our uncles. Mo kí ìyá mi beauty amọ̀pé mo ṣe retí kan dún mi ò gbàgbé o. I know it's January, we are paying school fees, ẹ má gbàgbé àwa náà. Mo kí bàbá mi Tèmídayọ̀ Omitogun. One evil people, if they made it work, how would Atiku and his corporate be able to sell generator? In Shagamu, they restricted a young Shagamu. Shagamite, àbí bá lè ṣe máa ń pera yín. Ẹ ti gbọ́ lálẹ́ yìí. Honorable yẹn tó kú, ọlọ́gbìyànjú gan-an, èmi ò mọ̀ rí o. She died in London. I would have loved her to have died in Yoruba land with good healthcare system. And yet, if she died, we say ọlọ́jọ́ dé nìyẹn. But they have to bring her to London, where she still died here. So that means the Shagamu only good healthcare. Yet we have Shagamu doctors in Nigeria, but they don't have equipment to work with. We have Shagamu around the world that are brilliant medical doctors, researchers. They can't come back home and contribute because this woman that we just heard her voice fought hard so that you can get light. But they're not giving her light though. Santos, Cristianos, Chris Santos, Moki Clement. All hail our Biafra brothers. I pray that peace will come back in the Biafra, because there's a lot of shit going on there. I don't want to touch about it, but Emma and Badura Fumo, what it means I pray that Simon Ekpa will be out so that things can get back on track quickly, because some of us are worried and concerned. I hope Tinubu understands what he's doing. I just hope he knows what he's doing. And I'll just leave it like that, because there is fire on the mountain. The North are not joking with all their words, but we're telling them to keep their dirty, stinking mouth away from Igboho, because Igboho is not your problem. We pray for Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for all the lives of those that have died in Nigeria. And we hope that send the receipt. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate everyone. And like I always say, every contribution in your comments means a lot to us. Moki and Yutua, it pains me to see most of you not achieving a lot. And it's because of Nigeria, nothing more than that. Yoruba nation. Is it not the same set of people? We cannot run the same show like Nigeria. People like us doesn't have to be part of the politics. I don't want to be part of the politics. I just want to have my own small business running on the side, pay tax like I do in the UK, and work with the constitution, and that's all. So I gotta go now because It's 9 minutes past. Thank you very much. To you all, we don't have any problem with any other indigenous people. We can be great neighbors and trade. God, I would love to trade with the North. Even if they are running a Sharia, I will respect it. Nigeria is at a crossroad. There's bitterness in many people. It's just a matter of time before it explodes. And that's why Babakito is telling Tinubu, don't let Nigeria to disintegrate into civil war on your own time. Allow it to dissolve. Call the kings, call the politicians and dissolve it. But if you think that the Biafra would forget about Biafra, they are not. The Arewa say they don't want to be part of Fulani. They are tired of the Fulani taking the show. The Hausas are complaining. The Yorubas are not going to say because Tinubu is there. Tinubu has the right to be the politician of Nigeria, president and whatever, but in the long run, the problem of Nigeria is just too much. I'm just wondering now. And on that note, I will say, love you all and a very good night. It is Koikimedia. Thank you so much, Baba. Amon, Yoruba mi Dalo Tite Binu, Assam Tijani, Baba mi Omolade, Iya mi Omolade Dada Muki. Yeah. My Japan Japan. Anyway, I gotta go now. Thank you so much. We'll be out again whenever I'm out. We're working tirelessly and we hope that very soon we will say congratulations. Muki Baba Kitoye Dada, Etu Baba Shadura from Baba, Kolon Lore ni Baba. One love and a good night. From my end here to your end, if I didn't mention your name, please do not get angry or upset. We love you all. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much and good night. Thank you, my brother. All hail Biafra. Moki Lubo and Yawalen Konsi. Moki Momse Shegoni. Aziz Shakiru, Adegoroye Moki, Johnson, and Mr. Biodu Monday, Arole Vidua, Sonki, Yami Titi Layo, Titi Lola Shaw, Mokiyawa, Sarah Ajayi, and the rest of you as well. Rashid Balogu Moki Aziz, Odaro.